All right, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? I just wanted to come on in here and say what's up. I wanted to come on here and say what's up, y'all. What's going on? Y'all come on in and say what's up. It's noon, y'all. It's noon. It's noon. What's happening, everybody? Oh, let me turn this. Let me mute this so I can see and hear. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? It's been an interesting few days, and I just want to get on here on live. Last time I was on live, we had a good time. We had my brother Dap on, and we talked about a lot. We talked about a lot of good stuff. We talked a lot about what's going on with Novatech and his opinion, sprinkled in with a little bit of my opinion. I know we called it a Q&A, but it was really just an opportunity to have our brother on and just have a good conversation. I might have should have just labeled it a conversation because the expectation of that Q&A was, man, it was something else, man. A lot of people just thought we were going to talk about Novatech the whole time. What's going on, everybody? Y'all come on in and say what's up. It's 12 noon. I got like 2 people watching now. I don't know if it's just because I ain't put Dap's name in the description. Flacco Dominican's in the building. What's going on, Flacco? What's happening? What's going on? We just wanted to come on, go live for a little bit, say what's up to everybody. Go ahead and like this video so more people can know that we're on live. I'm going to go ahead and start that train and pressing the like button myself right now. Listen, we've had some interesting things happen since we have been on live. The previous time we was on live, we had our brother Dap on, and we talked a lot about Novatech. We talked a lot about our opinions on what's going on. We talked a lot about the space in general, and we had a good time on. We had a great conversation. Y'all come on in, leave a comment for your boy. Leave a comment. We're just going in live. We can talk about whatever y'all want. Y'all can drop it in the comment section. I have actually, it's been funny. We had a little back and forth at the end of the live we did last time. It's still up. Trust me, I ain't taking it down. There was somebody that got a little excited, and I won't say that. I think we were all a little bit excited, but what it turned into was some pretty interesting reaction videos. Hey, bro, here getting knowledge from you. Hey, man, whatever you want to know, man, I'll drop whatever I can. Just drop a question. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else that's watching, feel free to drop a question in here. I'll share this with somebody else. I'm going to be live for about an hour, you know, just kind of talking and chatting and just spending some time on live with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't do lives as often. I didn't do live very often in the start, but the lives became something that, you know, got fun. And it was exciting to just interact with the people that have been watching. Hey, how do we determine the ROI while investing in FINTOCH? Well, in FINTOCH, it has a set return of, I believe, 1% per day for the first 7 days. And then after that 7 days, if you leave that investment in there, you don't withdraw, it goes to 1.5. That's the understanding that I have. But also, I have a Telegram group where I bring a lot of information. One thing about me, I don't claim to or speak on or try to speak on things that I don't know the most about. And most of you that watch my channel, you'll know that I'm one to raise my hand and say, hey, look, I don't know that much about that, so I can't speak on that right now. But as far as I understand it, it's 1% per day until you get past 7 days, and then it turns into 1.5 in that lending pool. So pretty cool stuff going on at FINTOCH. I mean, we've seen it. Amazing growth. The app seems to have some extremely impressive technologies in the blockchain. You know, our crypto is in the wallet, which is in the blockchain. I've actually linked it to my Trust wallet, which is pretty cool. I've never kind of done an interaction like that. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of this technology is new to me, right? However, we're going to learn it as we go. So as we continue to learn and as we continue to earn, we'll bring that information. Truth Media, good morning, good afternoon. Hope all is well. Keep doing what you're doing. Hey, appreciate it, Truth Media. I really do. You know, there's a lot of people that don't want me to continue to do what I'm doing, and that's okay. Like I said in my live of the day, you know, as long as we got air in these lungs, we're going to keep on going. You know, as long as we can get in front of the microphone and whatever the situation is, we're going to continue to bring our thoughts on the journey that we are taking here at BOJ. One thing that I want to talk about really quickly, there was a lot of people that assumed because I was having Dap on that we were just going to all talk about the stuff going on with Novatech, right? And I understand that DAP is a person that has been very involved in the back office. Well, not necessarily the back office stuff, but he has a relationship with Cynthia. And it's because of, I believe it's because of, and I think when he told me the story, it's because of the growth that he brought to the company. You know what I'm saying? When a person can come in and kind of galvanize a community and show them the option that Novatech was, whatever you want to call it, and it brings that kind of volume and success, that's what's going to happen. Of course, he was doing everything that he could to help the community. So in a situation like this, when you're dealing with a whole lot of people, that can get a little stressful. That's one of the reasons why me personally, I never really try to get into being any type of special role in any type of platform. Because one, I just don't have the bandwidth for that. I just can't. I can't handle it. But two, at the end of the day, I'm just here to bring my personal journey. I'm not here to act like I know everything. I'm not here to act like I've perfected this journey, or that it's as good as it's going to get doing what I'm doing or anything like that. We are just here really to just bring the information about what's going on with me. And that's what we try to do. Yuri says, yes, same here. Just caught wind of FinTocH. Interested in that. I currently have Novatech. Wondering if I should withdraw Novatech and take it to FinTocH. I can't give you that kind of advice. That's on you to decide. Of course, if you know what's going on with Novatech, withdrawals have been spotty, right? At best, we have not been able to really get our money from Novatech the way that we would like to get it, in the way that we are used to getting. Of course, I've been in Novatech for 2 years, so there's a distinct difference from the way we started to where we are now. But it is what it is. We can continue to grow. But FinTocH, I really do like as an option. I really do think that FinTocH is one of those platforms that is going to change the way we see this space in general. This app has been very impressive to me. Camille Watkins says, okay, thank you. I'm debating the same if I should withdraw my Novatech and invest in FinTocH. Well, that's of course is your own choice. But of course, there's limits to what we can do in Novatech right now. So, you get it how you can, right? G Trader in the house, my guy. What's happening, brother? Thank you for joining in, man. We're just trying to do a little live just to be interactive a little bit today. I'm only going to be on for about an hour unless things get a little spicy. Then I tend to talk and go a little bit longer. But we're just having a little fun right now. Just wanted to hop on live because I haven't been on live without a specific topic or anything. We're just coming on, just talking. Camille says, but the withdrawals are taking so long, I still haven't received my withdrawal from April. Yeah, I haven't received the withdrawal from April or May. So it is what it is. That's kind of the risk we take. A lot of the things that I try to make sure people understand is that this is not a space where you can just guarantee that what you put in you're going to get back. It's just not. It never has been. I don't anticipate that it ever truly will be in some of these senses. Now, when you see stuff like FinTocH and you see some of these platforms that are working and doing their thing, it makes you feel a lot better about the space, about what can happen in the space. And there are a lot of platforms that we can say we've earned passively our money back. But at the end of the day, if we're running by general stats, a lot of these platforms don't last long enough, especially the hypes and different things of that nature, which is why we kind of stopped doing the hypes. But there's a lot of hypes that have shown some bones in them. I don't know what goes on in the back office of these things. We just take a chance. We roll the dice. This is to be treated like a casino. You know what I'm saying? You don't go into the casino feeling like you're going to guarantee a win. You go into the casino knowing that you have the possibility of losing whatever you decide to turn into a chip and place into a game. And that's kind of like what this is. We're turning our money into the crypto chip, right? The chip. And then we're playing in these crypto games, and we can either win or we can lose. But we have to learn how to play the game, ladies and gentlemen. We can't really make it. I mean, we can say that things are Ponzi schemes and this and that and the third. I don't know whether they are or not. But what I do know, and there's going to be a lot of people say, oh, well, BOJ, you do know. Well, I mean, there's a level of this that you don't know unless you're seeing. And what I'm seeing my back office. I'm seeing my personal wallet. In a couple platforms, I see withdrawal buttons that I press, and if there's something to withdraw, I withdraw it. Do I take crypto from people out there? No, that's not. Nobody sends me crypto to my wallet. I get paid from a platform, which then decides to make a send to my wallet if I'm lucky, right? If it's still paying. Let's see. Withdrawals are taking long. Yes, they're taking a long time. Yeah, I mean, Novatech is really in a place where it's struggling right now. It's got conflicting messages in the Telegram group. For those of you that thought it was DAP that wrote that message, I'm about 99.9999% sure that was not DAP. All right, you know, and it even says pretty much in that note who it was. So for those of you that think that was DAP, you know, it wasn't. It wasn't. Corey Bradley says, thoughts on VIDILOOK 2.0? Will you continue with VIDILOOK? Now, that is a question. I have to, so last night or yesterday, and I posted this in my VIDILOOK Telegram, so for those of you that have not seen it, and I have to continue the video as well. I watched the majority of it, but in the evenings I have rehearsals and things of that nature, and that's when I was trying to that's when I was trying to watch it, and I haven't finished it yet, but I will. But as it pertains to VIDILOOK, now, what it seems like Sam was explaining on the Zoom call that he had with the team was that over the last few days and last few weeks, especially since he has tried to pretty much bail out VIDILOOK, that it has cost him entirely way too much money, or more money than he's willing to spend to keep the beta version of VIDILOOK alive. So as far as I know right now, the beta version of VIDILOOK is going away. So what does that mean? I still have to figure out exactly what that means for 2.0. If 2.0 is still a paying project and it's just brought its new normal, then that's just what it is. It brought its new normal, and people have to make the decision whether they want to roll with it or not. Will I decide to roll with it? I haven't quite decided yet. Because I have been watching ads, I'm just going to continue to let the ads roll and try to withdraw what I can. But at the end of the day, you know, we don't quite exactly have all the answers that we'd like from what's new in VIDILOOK, and that's only because I have not finished. Well, at least I know, at least from right now, what I can tell, the only reason I don't know is because I haven't finished that video. Now, when I finish that video and I've still said, hey, I still don't understand, then it is what it is. Then I'll try to get some more information. As time goes on, of course, more understanding will come. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Those are my kind of thoughts on VIDILOOK. And quite honestly, VIDILOOK had turned into something that was getting a little bit over my head. You know, these different pools and all this different stuff. Like, what we want to see is what we had seen from it for a long time. But obviously, that model was not profitable for VIDILOOK. It was something that they were trying, and they tried it for a couple months, and they decided that it's not something that was going to work for the sustainability of the platform. Of course, Sam Lee, he is all about, well, I won't say he's all about his We Are Satoshi project, but that is the most important thing on his docket, and he's made that clear. It's even got to the point where, of course, he's going to be taking some of the fees that they make in We Are Satoshi, and that is how he's going to be making people whole on the VIDILOOK side. All right, so that's what I understand from right now. That's the information that I'm getting. Over time, more things will be revealed, and of course, I implore everyone, because of course, I'm not going to bring all the updates in a timely enough fashion for everyone to get updates in the way that they may feel are appropriate for them. So just stay tuned to the different calls. Stay tuned to the different channels that are being posted in my Telegram group. I'm sure they will bring updates. I see 30 people watching. So can we get at least 20 likes, right? Can we get at least 20 likes? That'll let more people know that, hey, BOJ is live. He's talking. If there's any questions that you may want to ask, I'll answer them to the best of my ability for the next 45 minutes that we're on. But we would love to see more people hit that like button. So go ahead and hit that like button. All right. Let's see. And excuse my allergies. All right. It's that time of the year. And the flowers are looking beautiful outside, but the way my nostrils work, it don't always agree. So let's see. Truth Media says, I know you just got started with ETF pool, but what are your thoughts on the what are your thoughts and off the top of your head on what are your top five platforms? Okay, so I will be bringing my top 5 platforms in June. All right, so I don't want to give that away right now. So nice try, Truth Media. But there will be some changes. There will be some shifts, and I will. Obviously, most of you will be able to tell that I will have a new number 1. It's hard to have a platform that is not paying the way that it was as your number 1. It's just hard to do that. But what I would use as my number 1 is one of those platforms that I can't really talk about on YouTube. So that's the conflicting issue there with the top 5. But we'll figure out the best way to do that. We'll bring that in June. As far as the ETF pool, I'm loving what it's doing. I mean, it's just getting started. We've tested withdrawals. We have been able to test the different functions of reinvesting and different things of that nature. And of course, we've given people the opportunity by leaving the link to make their own choices and decisions on whether they want to join it. As far as I'm concerned, it's been working. It's been doing its thing. And we'll be able to see, over some time. We really just got started. Like you said, we're just getting started with ETF. But so far, so good. And that's what we like to see from a platform when it's just getting started. We want to see good things. Of course, we are going to see growing pains. All right. So, of course, we've mentioned that they were going through a maintenance period and they had to kind of upgrade their systems. But that's all growing pain stuff. That's just giving you more opportunity to test out the system and see if it's able to make it through tough times like that. All right. So that's that. Just join the chat. You were talking about VIDILOOK. Yeah, I was talking about VIDILOOK, and it's looking like beta is going to be no more in VIDILOOK. It's going to be just VIDILOOK 2.0. As we get more information on that, where Gobi and a lot of the leaders, they are going to be giving information on that over the next few days. So we'll get that information over the next few days. What is happening with Novatech? Now, I'm not one to speculate. All right, there's a lot of people out there that really do believe that they know everything that's going on with Novatech. They do believe that the owners are hiding, or like there's even one lady out there who made her way into the comment section, and I did give her a shout out, and then she's ran with that and done some reaction videos on me and that conversation I had with DAP, which was it was quite hilarious to watch, because when we're talking about somebody getting riled up, she seemed to be really riled up in her videos, but I digress from that. What I believe is happening in Novatech, and of course, this is just my opinion. I believe because there are many jurisdictions in the world that have made it very difficult to be able to do business with Novatech. As a matter of fact, when Novatech was having some issues paying, there are some government bodies or governing bodies that decided to send out cease and refrain, cease and desist, and different things of that nature. When that started going on, psychologically, I believe, now this is just my opinion, okay, because I don't claim to know facts and stuff like that I don't necessarily know in person, because I don't work for Novatech. I'm not support for them. I don't know if they trade for real. I can only assume that they do. I've never claimed to know that if they traded or anything like that. But I do believe that they have some run on the bank-esque issues where there's a lot of people making withdrawals and they just couldn't keep up. And of course, like I said, I don't know. I really don't know what happened with Novatech or what's going on with Novatech now. But all I can do is hope for the best, right? Because I chose to be here. Now, there were some comments made about, trading or crypto platforms never giving back the money, right? And in our experience here with most of the crypto platforms that are out here that we participate in, when they go away, they go away, all right? And that made that statement, and I agreed with that statement. But there's someone out there or there may be a couple people that may run with that and say that there are no legit crypto trading platforms out there, when there really are, all right? There are places that you can go and trade crypto legitly, but that's a knowledge base that you have to have, right? You have to know how to trade crypto. A lot of people don't want to know how to trade crypto, all right? That's over their heads. I'm one of those people. I don't want to know how to trade crypto personally, All right. That's why we find platforms like this that we can find, and they do it for us. We trust them to do it for us. Now, a lot of people that got involved with Novatech may not have been given the same things that I give my community when I say that, hey, never deposit anything in these platforms that you're not willing to lose. Of course, nobody wants to lose their hard-earned money, but this is not where you bring your hard-earned money, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is not where you bring it. It's not to the Novatechs. It's not to the, it's, you go pay your bills. You go do that stuff. You pay your mortgage. This is a place that we take the risk in order to gain. We take the risk of loss in order to gain, but we understand the risk. All right. So a lot of people in Novatech may not have understood the risk of Novatech. All right. When I got involved with Novatech, I was in platforms that came and went. So I understood the risk of this space, and I chose to continue to play in the space and journey, log my journey on my YouTube channel. That's how we started here at BOJ. So if those of you that didn't know that backstory, that's how we got started here. It started from me deciding to take a risk and then deciding to go ahead and journey that risk that I was taking in the space. I don't tell anybody what to do. I don't make suggestions on where people should put their money. All I do is tell people where I've decided to put mine. So long story short, I know I was asked what happened with Novatech. The short story is I don't know what happened with Novatech. I don't own Novatech. I never have. I'm just a customer like the rest of the people that are out there, waiting on withdrawals. I'm waiting on withdrawals too. But the only thing is I'm not waiting for Novatech to pay me. I'm moving on to other things. All right. We continue to move forward. We continue to find things that we like and we jump into them. And if they work, we see over time. If they don't, we see over time. But we document the journey either way. Flacco Dominican says, number one is CP. If you know, you know. I got to clap that up. If you know, you know. But for those of you that don't know, you might be able to find some more information in the description below. You got to search for it, but you might be able to find some. You might find a Telegram group down there or something. Aquadrawl says, hey, what's up, Aquadraws? I like that name. I don't know why I like that name, but I like that name. Shout out to Aquadraws, and thank you for joining. We got 41 people. You might as well just go ahead and like this video. It's very easy. You just click that thumbs up right there. Lets more people know that we are in the building, that we're having a conversation, and that people are watching. So if you could, let's get that to 30 likes, shall we? We got 43 people watching. That should be fairly easy. I'd love to see 43 likes. But we're going to be on here for maybe another 30 minutes. We're going to continue to just scour these live chat, and we're going to answer some questions that come up and just respond to people to say hello. Tracy Cook says, do you know anything about the UIGISC premium card? Now, I have heard of that card. And shout out to the UIGI community. I believe they're doing great things. Now, I've never personally met the leader of that organization. I'm pretty sure he knows who I am, and I know who he is. But we don't name drop each other that often, so it's just an is what it is. But as far as what I know about UIGI, now I don't know much about UIGI, but here's what I think I know. All right, here's my opinion on that card. One, I think it's going to be a great card. All right, I think it's going to give you very, very, very similar user interface capability as the Club SWAN card. Now, we've mentioned this before. There are opportunities for large communities like a UIGI to, if the leadership reaches out to Club SWAN, I do believe they have the opportunity to have their own branded cards. If I had the community, right, and I reached out to Club SWAN, and I actually have reached out to Club SWAN. They haven't got back to me. Maybe I ain't big time enough. But you can have your own branded card with Club SWAN as a partner of Club SWAN. Not exactly sure what it takes to get that. Not exactly sure who needs to be talked to make that happen. But here's my opinion. I think that they're linked. I think that UIGI and the UIGI SC premium card is linked to Club SWAN. Those of you that have a Club SWAN account, right? If you try to sign up for the UIGI SC card, I do believe that you will get some kind of message that says, hey, your number is already in the system. All right? And of course, the workaround of that is just find somebody else's number to use. And you can get in here and you can change. You probably can get into the back office of that card and change the number yourself. So that's my opinion. I do believe that it's going to be a great tool out there. UIGI has a lot of people in that community. I think they were, last time I checked on their Facebook group, I'm not sure if I was put out of it or what, but last time I checked, there was like 50,000 members strong in that group. So shout out to that group, shout out to UIGI. They're doing great things. I see their leader on many, many different syndicated platforms and programs. $1 Million Worth of Game. I watched $1 Million Worth of Game. He was on their business section, and some others, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about what that group is doing. They're in a lot of the same things we are here at BOJ. We're involved in a lot of the same programs. So shout out to them. Let's see. Appreciate you, Gerald, and your positive attitude. Well, thank you, Hell Ones. Appreciate it. And I appreciate you saying hello, Tracy Cook. Appreciate it. Hello back to you. The Zen Den with Dominique says, Flocka Dominican. I don't know. What is CP? You may have seen it on my channel before. Now, of course, it's decided to go private. So when that happens, we have to, take the content down. But it was something that we were talking about for a good amount of time. It was something we were able to build, and it's been an exciting thing. All right, but we can't talk about it. All right, BRC20 and SRC20 just made and new tokens. I don't know what BRC20 or SRT20 is. I have to do my research on that. So thank you, M. Yabara, for bringing that information. Jai Bain Wright says they trade 1% of the account balance. That's not risky at all. Well, that's what they may have said. I don't even know if that's what they said, or that may be what's going on. But there's always a risk. There's always risk. I don't even like saying that's not risky at all. Of course, people's levels of risk are different, all right? They're always going to be different. But to say that there's no risk at all, I don't know that that's the case. But then again, I don't spend a whole lot of time speculating. If that's what they were doing, that's what they were doing. If it wasn't, then it wasn't. But what we do know right now is that they're not paying. And we look for Novatech to bounce back. We're hoping for the best. And I've mentioned that on many, 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 many videos. So those of you that don't necessarily understand that that's my take, then just take some time and actually watch my content, all right? I know it's a lot. I know it can get overbearing sometimes because I do a lot of videos on a lot of different things. But that's what we do. So anyway, let's keep going. Juddy E says, yo, it's the most profitable platform that I'm into. Man. Man. Well, somebody mentioned it in the live chat already. That's what I'll say. All right, that's what I will say. But as far as just saying it outright, I probably will just say that it's a private opportunity, and it's a pretty lucrative one. Now, as far as what is public, FINTOCH and Vortic United, killing right now. All right, killing. And I'll say that as long as I have the opportunity to do that. So. Let's see, what else is here? What happened to funds platform and crypto program platform? You never talk about them anymore. Well, because those specific platforms have decided to go private. We're no longer allowed to talk about them on social medias. But they're still here. They're still working fantastically, by the way. So links for those are in the description of at least the Telegram. I mean, if you were involved in funds already, they have a company Telegram. So if you're already in funds, you should know that they're still around and doing their thing. If you weren't in, then of course you wouldn't know that. But, they aren't that hard to find. So give C12 a shot, Gerald. Love to see a review on that platform. 6 months strong so far. And listen, clap it up for C12. Clap it up for them. Yes, they're working. Am I in them? No. And the reason I'm not in them is because it just looked a little bit too hypey for my taste. And usually once I've made a decision, I stick with that decision. So that's what I've decided to do with C12. Endless people have contacted me about C12. So even if I was going to decide to do C12, I already have an upline. But I'm not. I just wish everyone at C12 the best. Understand the risk. You know what I'm saying? Don't put in anything that you're not willing to lose. And, you know, that is what it is. We've got 50 people watching. I need to see at least 30 likes on this video. Come on, like the video. Like the video. Come on. It's easy. All right, tune in to TJ, my guy. And shout out for the super chat, my brother. Listen, I'm honored to be your brother. I'm honored to be a mentor. Man, it's just, it's amazing to see what you've done. You've taken my advice and you continue to run on, man, and I'm so proud of you and all the other YouTubers out there that see me as a mentor. I'm grateful. You know, did I anticipate being in this position when I started? No, but did I always believe that I was personally destined for greatness? Yes. So however that comes, do I believe I'm there yet? Not quite. I still got some work to do. But thank you so much for the support. Y'all go and make sure you subscribe to Tune Into TJ, because if you want more perspectives on the space that we're in, on this crypto passive space, and even passive income opportunities in general, y'all need to go and make sure you check in to Tune Into TJ. All right, so shout out to my brother Tune Into TJ. And also, shout out to my brother, the G Trader. All right, G Trader is another brother in this space that is doing his thing and is sharing his opinion on these many different platforms that we're involved in. So shout out to them both. Opinion on Stable DAO. Now, here's my opinion on Stable DAO. Of course, it is something that I had been talking about, and it was, you know, I don't talk about it as often. It's because you have to get in there and you have to get a little work done. You have to do a little research. You have to read some of the information that they provide us. You have to take the surveys, and I really do try to take the surveys in a knowledgeable way, but you can decide to just run through them and click whatever you want. My opinion is it was working for what it was supposed to do. Yes, they continued to kind of push back the upgrades on the elite and some of the other plans. And also, the last time I tried to do a withdrawal from Stable DAO, they were having some issues with withdrawals. So that's what I know about Stable DAO right now. That's my opinion, is that it at least was working. I have to tap back into it and see if it's letting people withdraw. But there's plenty of information to be gathered from Stable DAO. I do have a Stable DAO Telegram group. They have Zoom calls all the time. So often that I don't even get to put them in my Telegram group. But that's not that's not their fault. That's my fault. All right. So I can raise my hand and say that's my fault. It's not something that I've been diving into the information as much as some of the other things like Novatech, of course, because those are some very important platforms that we need some information on, like right now. So anyway, that's my opinion on Stable DAO. Inferno Gamer. Oh, and shout out to Corey for that question, by the way. Shout out to you, Corey, and thanks for watching. Inferno Gaming says, hey, bro, any news on withdrawals from Novatech? No news. And any news that I receive is usually going to be coming from the Telegram group, of the official Novatech Telegram group. So anybody that is in Novatech, I suggest you go ahead and get into that Novatech Telegram group so that you can be updated. There's over 30,000 people in there already waiting for notifications and updates. I'm waiting just like the rest of you. I'm just a customer. I'm one of those people that have been documenting their journey in Novatech since I have started Novatech. And I only know so much, all right? I'm not support for them or anything like that. But we try to bring whatever information that we can find when we find it and when we feel like it's coming from a good source, all right? We don't just try to put out nonsense, okay? Truth Media says, hey, I just tried to follow your link on CP in the Telegram. Is that the right link? Should be. If it's in my Telegram, that should be the one. Now, there are some instructions in there, so make sure you're reading all the instructions, but that should be the right one. Jai Bine Wright says, what's your actual investment with Novatech? Oh, I have over 200K involved in Novatech, all right? That's my own personal investment. So, you know, some wonder, you know, how I could keep a posture like this with that much in there. One, you know, even as a person that has built that out of belief, right? Some of that money could have been put other places, right? But it's just, this is a platform that I believe in. I still do believe in. So I grew it. I continued to grow it through the uncertainty, the fear, and the doubt. But that was just my decision. I wasn't trying to convince anybody else to do it, especially those people that need to manage their risk in other ways. Everyone needs to decide how they want to manage their risk. It is not up to me to tell you how to do that, but I may be someone that you can learn from. So to answer that question, yeah, I'm a President's Club member because of my own personal investment. All right. So let's see, continue on. Thanks for your reviews. I'm new to the community and find your info very helpful. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that somebody finds my information very helpful. We really do try to bring good information. And I want to just let everybody know, I don't quite do reviews. You can call them reviews, but I'm really just documenting my journey in these different platforms. And of course, I guess you can call it a review because I'm sharing how I feel about it. So never mind, I take that back. I guess we do reviews. But anyway, thank you so much for the support and for watching. Welcome to the community. And just know that this community is vast. It's way bigger than me. It's way bigger than anybody that's talking about it on YouTube. There's a lot of leaders out here that don't even share their journeys. So I'm just blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be learning every day. We're going to continue to learn every day as long as we have the opportunity. And I invite you to learn as we grow through this journey here. I'm from India and no news about Novatech withdrawal. Everyone is scared now. Please share something. Listen, I can't give you a word to unscare you. I can't give you a word to make you feel any different than you already feel. And here's what I want to say. Everyone is entitled to their own feelings. I have my own feelings. But all I can do is share my journey and my posture through it. Am I a person that's well diversified? Yes. Am I a person that has been growing in this space and have been, keeping things together the best I can for the last 2 years in this space? Yes. Do I work for Novatech? No. Does DAP work for Novatech? No. All we are customers of Novatech that decided to share the opportunity that Novatech has given us with other like-minded people. That's it. So if you're scared about this space, I honestly would say, let this be the best learning lesson that it can be. Don't do anything crazy. Don't, I guess if you feel like you have to sue Novatech or whatever, go seek counsel. I can't tell anybody necessarily what to do. All right. Am I seeking counsel to get my money back from Novatech? No. The reason why I'm not doing that is because before I even joined Novatech, I understood what the risk was in putting my money involved in Novatech. First of all, there's always a risk. Even if you decide to trade on your own, you can lose all your money. I think it's because of the fact that we don't want to trade on our own and we want to delegate those responsibilities to someone else. It becomes even more risky at that point because it's not you that's in control. At least if it was you losing your own money, then, you might feel a little bit different. But at the end of the day, we put the trust in a system to work for us. And when we do that, we have to understand the risks of doing that. Honestly, Inferno, I can't give you much comfort if you can't find the comfort on your own. The only thing I can do is share my experience. My experience with Novatech is I have not received a withdrawal since April. Actually since March, because I didn't get any withdrawals in April. I haven't gotten any withdrawals in May. So that's my spiel. That's all I can kind of say. All right. Let's see. C12. Well, C12 is a heights. I'm not sure what a heights is, but I think you might have been a hype. But hey, that was my opinion. I think C12 is a hype. Those of you that are in it, if you've made your money back, congratulations. That's the type of chances that we take here in this space, right? We want things like C12 to continue to work. You know what I'm saying? But there are no guarantees, all right? The thing about me is when I choose and make a decision, I try to stick with that decision. Something in my own discernment tells me that I should not be in C12 personally. While the community may decide that it's right for them, and all of you have the right to feel this way about anything. There are some of you that said I wouldn't touch Novatech with a 10-foot pole while I'm sitting here with 200K inside. So everyone is going to feel different about the different platforms that they're in, and everyone should feel different because that is showing that everyone is worried about their own risk management. That is extremely important. All right, let's see. How do I feel about FinTocH? I love FinTocH VCQX. I love it. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't even be saying that I love it because I don't love these platforms. We don't love these platforms, but I do love the opportunity that it has given us. It is a decentralized app. It's even got me considering purchasing an Android phone just so I can use the app in a more efficient manner. But I'm loving it. I love the event that they just put on out there in Dubai. They're having monthly events all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine an event like that every month all over the world? That's the kind of stuff that FinTocH is doing. And not saying that that events prove that an opportunity is legit or anything like that, but it does help. It does help. Back in the network marketing days, we used to say you build from event to event. And that seems like what they are doing. Camille Watkins says, how do you become familiar with the private trading platforms? Well, you got to be tied in. You got to know the right people. You know, sometimes they'll, you know, find themselves in your network of people and groups. Sometimes you just have to stay paying attention to the BOJ channel to be able to find them while they're available. And then if they go away or they go private, then they just go private. So, you know, my email is in the description below. You know, if you're looking through some of these, I don't necessarily say that all of these platforms here that are private are accessible in my description, but some information is there, all right? And if you're willing to kind of read between the lines a little bit, you might be able to see some information as you continue to go through. But that's how you become a little bit familiar with the private trading platforms. You just gotta kind of know the right people in this space. And if the people that you know are willing to share that information with you, then you'll have it. If they're not, then you probably won't. Rashid Next Level, my brother. Another leader in the space, ladies and gentlemen. Rashid is in the building. All right. And shout out to him. He says C12 is doing its thing. I chose not to jump in, but happy that it's working for so many. Yeah, and that's exactly the sentiment I have. You know, it's doing its thing. We know about it. We've seen it. We've been introduced to it. I'm sure, Rashid, you're dealing with people trying to send you to it too and tell you, hey, man, you got to get in C12, got to get in C12. But just like you, I made that decision long ago. I said, well, I'm going to stay away from C12. And I hope the best for everyone. I hope that it is a trampoline for all of you, a catapult, a platform for all of you to grow your crypto and come into a profit level so that you may diversify, right? Because it's all about staying diversified in this space as well. You can't have all your eggs in one basket, okay? You have to kind of spread out. You got to be responsible, all right? We've got 48 people. Can we get 40 likes on this video? Can we get to 40 likes before we get out of here? We got another 15 minutes. We're going to try to get through these comments here. If I can't get through them all, then we might stay on a little longer if it gets a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? But thank you all for joining, by the way. I wanted to say thank you and give you guys an applause because you guys are the reason I'm here. All right? On top of me taking a journey. That's another big reason why I'm here as well. FinTocH is going to the moon. I got to love that opinion because I agree with it. Now, some people let me say this. Some people think that I don't like other people's opinions when they are not my own. And that's not exactly true. I think everyone is entitled to their opinion and their own thoughts. I want people to be free thinking. I want people to have their own thoughts. And just because I may not respond in a manner that you like or that you understand or agree with, doesn't mean that I have any problem with your opinion, all right? I'm entitled to my opinion as well. So my response is usually my opinion sprinkled on in that response. So I hope we can all be professionals. I hope we can all be mature about the situation. Sometimes we lose sight of that. Sometimes I lose sight of that. I'll be the first one. Sometimes I go back and forth with a troll or somebody that doesn't quite see eye to eye with me. God's working on me with that. So, you know, forgive me, but we digress and we move forward nonetheless. Still believe that Novatech had changed my life. Also said C12 is a big hype or a big hype. He said big hype. I think he meant big hype with a P. Anyway, 2.5 years in. Yeah, man, you've been in Novatech longer than me. So I don't blame you for believing. I definitely believe it. All right. Jason Hall, let's close the wealth gap. That's right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited about that. However we do it. you know, this crypto space was just an opportunity for me to start my closing in the wealth gap and start to, you know, indirectly help all of you start to close the wealth gap. All right. So shout out to Jason Hall. Great comment, man. Camille Watkins says, how long have you been investing in cryptocurrency? How did you grow your finances in this space? Well, I have been invested in cryptocurrencies since probably around 2017. Now, that was at a place where I was just a very basic consumer. And as a matter of fact, I bought about $600 worth of Bitcoin and sold it in a month and a half because I needed to pay rent. That's where I was in this space. You know, as we got through the pandemic, there were some other opportunities that came through that weren't crypto, but they were networking opportunities, which in those networks, eventually they started talking about these crypto platforms. And my first platform was a platform called Watermine. Watermine lasted for 9 months. For me, it lasted about 3. But in those 3 months, I learned a lot about the crypto platform space because I chose to learn a lot. What I was seeing in Watermine was changing my life. And while it was still a platform that went away on us, I learned enough to say, hey, I should really start doing more research on about what's out here, what opportunities out here, and start documenting my journey in them. And that's how I started this channel. So in starting this channel, we started to grow our finances because we were sharing our opportunity, our journey in this space. You know, a lot of these different platforms, they have opportunities to earn from sharing. The people that were watching my journey were deciding to take their own journeys, and that's how I started to earn both passively and actively in this space. And then, of course, at a certain point, I got monetized from YouTube, and we started earning from YouTube. So that's how I started growing my finances in this space, and that's how long I've been growing or invested in cryptocurrency. In the first few years, really, it was just, oh, it's this big fad, I'm going to just jump in. My father turned into a little bit of a crypto expert on the low. And he started asking me some questions about what I knew about different things like XRP and different stuff like that. So it never was really enough for me to move the needle in my thought process on crypto. But this crypto platform space is what showed me that there were some options out here. While they may be risky, very risky at that, I was willing to take the risk and check them out. So that was the start of my journey. IC says, hello, everyone. Hey, brother BOJ. Thank you for always sharing the info and thoughts. Hey, I appreciate you watching, IC. I really do. I really, really do. Oh, Carl's back. Oh, Lord. Carl's back. Let's see what he's got to say. He says, why didn't you and Dap have any important conversations about Novatech and what's going on with Novatech in the last live? 3 hours and neither you or him talked about the serious issues. Well, here's the thing. If you read the description of that video, you would have saw that Novatech was not even mentioned one time in the title. It was a BOJ Speaks, very similar to this, and it was a conversation question answer with my brother Dap Dunbar. Now, a lot of you assumed because you know the name Dap Dunbar from Novatech that we were just going to spend the whole time talking about what you wanted to know about Novatech. But what that conversation was a question answer that, you know, I had some questions. He had some answers. We let the live chat go, and we let people ask a few questions, and we might have answered a few of them, but we weren't really on here to talk about Novatech the whole time. Of course, we knew, and as I mentioned, the big old elephant sitting in the corner of the room was Novatech. But that was an assumption that you guys made, and we knew you guys were going to make that assumption. I'm not dumb. I knew everyone was going to see, oh, Dap's here. We must be ready to talk about a Novatech update. So we talked about a little bit of it, but that wasn't necessarily the purpose of getting on in its entirety. All right, that's my brother. We're both in this space. We both have influence in this space, and we understood what people wanted to hear, and we understood also our stance. We understand where people think that we are. There's a lot of you that think that we are, support for Novatech, or that Dap works for Novatech, or just because Dap knows Cynthia in the Pettyons personally, that he's a person that is going to help all of you all over the world solve all your Novatech problems. And that is not something that we can realistically do. I mean, at all. We don't have that power. I try to be as transparent as possible about that. So some people understand it, some people don't. It is what it is. I don't deal a whole lot in speculation and things that I don't know. So we talked about what we do know, and we left it at that. Tiger Topaz says, Matt, appreciation for your channel, bro. People underestimate quality content like yours. So many janky people jumping on YouTube who don't even have investments. Much respect and thanks. Your info is a blessing. Hey, I just appreciate you watching. You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate you watching. We do the best that we can here to bring some information that we feel is going to be important, but at the end of the day, we are documenting our journey. That's it. We decided to take a journey in this space 2 years ago. And in that journey, you have some ups and some downs, and we talk about those ups and downs. A lot of you may have felt those ups and downs along with us, and I believe that's the reason why a lot of you hit the subscribe button. There's some of you that think that I've bought bots. I don't have time for buying bots. I didn't even really think that this channel would get to 20,000 subscribers, let alone buy bots. Now, there are some entities out there that can choose a video of mine without even me knowing and decide to run it on Google Ads and stuff like that. Now, that stuff I can't control. I can't control all that stuff. But as far as organic growth is concerned, this 20K is you guys. You guys did that. And I can't take any credit for that other than just being a consistent voice. That's it. I mean, we've got over 2,000 videos. I don't even know how many videos we've got. I really don't even know how many videos. I don't know how many videos we've done, but we've got 2 years worth of content. Let's see, we've got 2,000 videos up, and you know, all we try to do is just stay consistent. That's it. That is it. That is all. So, Carl, I hope that answers your question. Why we didn't, you know, I'm sorry we didn't scratch your back enough, but it is what it is. Camille Watkins says, appreciate your feedback. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it. Glad you appreciate the voice out here. Chantel Burgo says, you are my best friend. Aww. What's that? I need a... Oh. Thank you, Chantel Burgo. I appreciate the friendship. Lady Luck is back into place. Lady Luck, you had some things to say about me in your videos. You sure did. At Carl Probably, this is the same person who thinks that the laws are opinions because FUD, I guess. Now, I don't know where I ever said that a law was an opinion. I think you had posted something in the chat, and it wasn't that you copy and pasted a law and put it in the chat. You said your opinion, all right? Your opinion was on a law or whatever, and I acknowledge that. Now, just to clarify, for those of you that may have received that I said that laws are opinions, obviously laws are not opinions. That is why laws are laws, and that is why people have lawyers, all right? I never claimed to be a lawyer, but I definitely got one on retainer because I'm a musician, I'm an entertainer, and I'm a person that's black in America. So either way, gotta have a lawyer on retainer. Not because I'm worried about this space, because literally all we talk about here is our journey. Some people like it, some people don't. Passive Income Demand says, what's up, BOJ? I hope all is well, my friend. Novatech will come back stronger than ever before. Must be diversified. It is extremely important. Now, I'm under the same, and first of all, thank you for the comment. I'm under the same wish. I hope that Novatech comes back, and so some of these people that don't believe Novatech is real or whatever, so they can just find something else to talk about. But right now, Novatech is a hot topic, and as far as content is concerned, I do the same thing. I take the opportunity to talk about Novatech as much as possible, as all YouTubers should, because it is one of those things that you learn as a marketer, as a person that is trying to market their YouTube channel. You learn that you want to talk about hot button topics, especially if you think you know a little something about them, right? So me being a person that is directly invested in Novatech, I have my own crypto in Novatech. I've been in Novatech for almost 2 years. I was just talking about my journey. That's all I try to do. So anybody that watches to get information, I do bring some information that, of course, is given in whatever channels of announcements that Novatech has, which is they have their official Novatech channel and other things that I hear. But on the other side of that, we just talk about our journey. That's it. That's the only thing we promote here. We promote our journeys here through these different platforms. So thank you for watching Passive Income Demand. And yes, we must be diversified. It's extremely important. When last year, Novatech was one of the few things that continued to work for us so that we could survive some of the COTPSs and the IPCs and the MetaVerse, all these different platforms that came and went on us in untimely manners. And Novatech was one that stayed true, paid every week. And that's a part of the reason why right now after almost 5 years of business, there's a lot of people that are still pulling for Novatech. All right. Now there's some people that want to see Novatech fall. That is completely their opinion and they're entitled to it. Don't have no problem with it. But I just don't fall in that line. I want to see Novatech succeed for all of the people that have been a part of Novatech and that want to be a part of Novatech. For the little guys, for the big guys. I want it to work for all of us because this space has afforded us that opportunity. You know, and that's just the facts. That's the facts. This space, you know, regardless of what people want to say about it, you know, it has given us a different opportunity to earn in general. Carl probably says about 3 hours and no talk about the cease orders or important issues with everyone's money tied up. Come on, like I said. And I understand that everyone was looking for a Novatech update when you saw Dap Dunbar's name. But in that description, I was very clear. It doesn't say anything about Novatech in the title of that video. That was an assumption that a lot of people made, that we were just going to spend the whole time talking about Novatech. Yes, we've talked about Novatech in the past. Yes, we've shared about our opinions on Novatech, just like we did in that video. We shared our opinions, and yes, I agreed with what he had to say because we were along the same line of that. Now, he was a little bit more in tune with the CEO at one point, and you know, as he said in the live, he didn't even know that United States was added to that list until some other people saw it and told him. Same as me. It's not like we got some big email, and that was part of the reason why it's like, come on, Novatech, you could have like told us, you could have dropped a note or something, and then to address that note that was in the official Telegram group, that wasn't even Dap that wrote that. That was another leader. There are many different leaders and ambassadors that have access to the communication in that chat. So obviously it didn't line up with what Novatech wanted to put out there, so they took it down, which they have every right to do. All right. But yeah, 3 hours and no talk about the cease orders. We talked about what we wanted to talk about. That's what everyone has the opportunity to do on their own channels. You can talk about and say whatever you want on your own channel. And that's what we do here at BOJ. All right. Wally Nation says, y'all, you all set up a GoFundMe for Carl probably. If y'all want to do that, y'all go ahead and do that. I don't want no part of that. Carl, you'll find your way. I'm sure you're grown and can find your own way. Lady Luck Cub says, you did talk about Novatech though. So why talk about some parts of Novatech but not others? You can't be biased if you claim to be transparent. You could have asked him tough questions. I could have asked him whatever I wanted because it was a general Q&A. A lot of people made the assumption that it was going to be Novatech video because Dap Dunbar is a very influential person who's a member of Novatech, has a big team. You know, a lot of people made that assumption, but that's not what the video said. All right. It says BOJ speaks. I'll actually read it for you guys that don't know what the description of that video said. All right. I'll go to my live real quick. It says BOJ speaks live Q&A chat with Dap Dunbar. That's it. That's all that says. So everyone that thought they were going to experience something different, sorry, but that's what you got. All right. So we just had a conversation on what we wanted to talk about, because we have the right to do that. Let's see. Lady Luck says, I sure did. Oh yeah, because you're responding to me. Yeah, you had a lot to say. If y'all want to go check out what she had to say about me and Dap, y'all go ahead and check out her channel. That's probably the only shout out I'm gonna give, but I'm gonna give it to you. I'll throw you a bone like you threw me a bone. Carl probably says, I mean, Dap has been meeting with Cynthia, so you would think he would be the guy to ask some actual questions for the people. Yeah, you would think, but you know what they say about assumptions? You know, they make an ass out of you and me. So I think that's an assumption that people made. And of course, Dap was, you know, hanging out with the CEO, right? He is working for his community to try to get some answers, to try to get some clarity. But Cynthia has the right to share and not share whatever she may want with Dap and whatever she may not want with Dap or with any of us, because she is the CEO of this company. And that's the risk we took when we joined Novatech. I think some people may not like it, but it is what it is. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. I will always stand by that, because I don't want nobody to tell me what to say, right? Which was part of the reason why I was like, what's that note all about? And I did a video on that. But we're going to continue to talk about Novatech until Novatech sends me an official update or a cease and whatever and says I can't talk about it. And at that point, then we just won't talk about it. It doesn't mean the Bank of Gerald's just going to shut up. All right. Probably not going to happen. Chantel Burgo says, you always give us more info than Novatech. All I'm giving is my opinion. I appreciate that you guys are looking for my opinion on the different things that are going on. Don't get me wrong. I sure do. But what I will say is that, we trying to learn as much as we can about what's going on with Novatech. But one thing we won't do is speculate. One thing we won't do is act like we know things that we don't. And that's just is what it is. And sometimes when I'm doing Novatech videos, it's literally because, I just need to vent on Novatech, which I have every right to do on my own channel. All right. So hope everybody understands that. Lady Luck Club says, you want me to post the law itself? I mean, you can post whatever you want. As long as it corresponds with the guidelines of what I've established in this community, really don't care what you post. You can post whatever you want. All right. The floor is yours. Chantel Burgo. Oh no, I already read that one. Andrew Takamata. I'm already over 1 o'clock. I guess it did get spicy. Andrew Takamata says, people got to understand it's a choice to make at the end of the day. That's right. And we got to be accountable for our own choices. You know what I'm saying? I hope I didn't offend anybody when I called them Captain Save-A-Hose. But at the end of the day, when we're in this space and we choose to be in this space and we understand the risk, we don't need to be told by left and right and up and down about how risky it is and that it's a Ponzi scheme and left and this, all that stuff. We're taking a chance in a platform because we've chosen to. Nobody held a gun to our head. Nobody, forced us to send any crypto. It's a risk that we've taken. Now, if you don't have that reality, then one, you haven't been listening to me. But two, then you have to assess what's around you. If somebody's holding a gun to your head and said, join Novatech, I'm sorry, but I don't live in that world. That's the world I don't live in. I don't live in that world. Nobody forced me. I'm not forcing y'all. I don't even own a gun. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, my brother Lambo Drew is in the building. Shout out to my guy Lambo Drew. Shout out to my guy Lambo Drew. He is in the building, y'all. Make sure y'all go and follow Lambo Drew. He is one of the most motivational people in this space, and he talks about everything. He don't just talk about this space. He talks about everything. We're talking about from how to improve your credit to starting a business, different ways to get funding in your business, how to just really level up in general, from mindset to your pocketbook, to everything. He's talking about it all. So shout out to you, Lambo Drew, for being constant motivation in my life personally. That's my brother right there. Lady Luck Cup says, anyone can talk about Novatech. That's right. Anyone can talk about Novatech. I can talk about Novatech. You can talk about Novatech. Lambo Drew can talk about it. Tune in to TJ can talk about it. So that's why when that note came in the chat, I was like, well, I don't think they can just shut people up like that. But this didn't seem like a note that was from Cynthia or anyone that writes like Cynthia or even Dap, because Dap is my brother. I know how he writes, and I know that's not something that he would have said. All right, because we talk about these kind of things. Oh, by the way, Dap wasn't in Dubai for that interview. He was actually home, and he wasn't hiding in Dubai either, because there's no reason for us to hide from anything. Just so we're all clear on that. There's no reason for there's people that thought I was in Brazil with Michael Daher last year, and I was at a hotel in DC. I ain't hard to find. So anyway. Let's see. If it's too personal, then don't have to answer. But have these platforms made you a millionaire? Well, that's a question that might get a little personal. But I do believe that there are millionaires in this space, and there are way, 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 way more people that are making way, 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 way more money than me. We're talking about millions in weeks' time. We're talking about millions in months' time. So has this space made me a millionaire yet? I don't know. I have to count up some of the losses that I have. But at the end of the day, has it created millionaires? You betcha. You betcha. How do you know it wasn't Dap? Who was it? Do you know how serious it is to try to find? Do you know how serious it is to try and silence opposers? I don't know how serious it is to try and silence opposers, because I've never tried to silence anyone. As a matter of fact, no, I take that back. There was somebody that was using my name and likeness and my voice via AI and was promoting some other platform in this space that I was definitely not promoting. And I told the people in the community, and I can't say that I was trying to silence them, but I definitely asked people to report the video just to let them know that I was not interested, or that was not me that was carrying on the majority of that video. How do I know it was DAP? Because he told me it wasn't him. Who was it? I do believe it was another leader in the space and his name is Dr. ZZ. All right, I don't know if you know who Dr. ZZ is. You might could find and do some research on him. Another leader in the space, another ambassador in this in the Novatech opportunity. As there are a few ambassadors in the Novatech opportunity, so that's how I know it wasn't DAP. Carl probably says, would you now consider a debate with Ponzi Patrol or another YouTuber? Some time has passed since you declined them. No, I will not give Ponzi Patrol my time. And another YouTuber, I've given plenty of other YouTubers my time, but of course, that's only if I feel like it. I don't know what other way to say that. Of course, you know, I've got some friends and some colleagues and some people that that will call me my mentors, right? I'll give them my time. You know, we just got to work it out and the schedule has to work out. But people like Ponzi Patrol, where they literally try to ambush people in this space. Nah, I don't give people like that my time. You know, I wouldn't even do that for charity. I can just give money to a charity myself. So, nah, I won't be doing a debate. I'm not here to debate anybody. That's not what this channel is about. As you can tell by my interview with my live Q&A with Dab Dunbar, we're not here to debate anyone. We're here to talk with people of like mind and that understand that this space can be a life-changing space if you learn how to play the game. And some people don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. Lady Luck says it said live Q&A. Yes, it said live Q&A. I asked some questions. He gave some answers, but nowhere in there did it say live Q&A on Novatech. It's not what it said. So, Lambo, you know about that word assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. So I try not to do that. Now, I've assumed before, and I've been wrong before. I'll also be wrong again. But at the end of the day, I'm not afraid to be wrong. And you can't navigate this space afraid to be wrong. You can share your opinions and let them fall where they may. They may be on deaf ears one day. They may be on people that are listening, positive or negative the other. But at the end of the day, we try not to assume in this space. Why didn't you ask some questions from your chat from the people that support your channel? How is it that Q&A, or was it supposed to be a Q&A with only you asking questions? That was not clear. I mean, that is something that doesn't necessarily have to be clear. We said live Q&A with Dab Dunbar. Now, I did ask him a few questions from the chat, maybe one or two, not too many, because we spent a lot of time just talking, right? But, you know, I didn't specify before or after the video whether I would be doing a live Q&A specifically on Novatech. We got on to have a conversation, and that's exactly what we did. So I hope that part is clear. We had a conversation. Some people tuned into the conversation and got what they got. Obviously, you did, and you got what you got. So both positive, whether positive or negative, it is what it is. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Sally DeWitt, Mahalia Jackson. Quick shout out to Mahalia Jackson. Talking about musicians, that's one to listen to right there, man. I will look him up. Do they give everyone the rights to post messages in that Telegram, or is it restricted to certain leaders? I will look up Dr. ZZ. Yes, it's restricted to certain leaders. I am not one of the leaders that is able to put messages in the chat, but some people are. Obviously, messages are getting there, but I think people assume that DAP was the only person that could write in that group. He's not the only ambassador in this company. I mean, let's remember that this company is a worldwide opportunity. There are many people of leadership in Novatech. So it could have been many people, but I'm pretty sure that it's Dr. ZZ, because if you read the note, it said the only person that has communication with Cynthia is Dr. ZZ. I mean, it said it in the note. So, you know, you had it in your video. You should go and read the note. You did silence my other account because you didn't like me providing facts. I never use foul language or anything, and you blocked my account from posting comments. So yes, you do silence people. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you found your way back. Congratulations. And if you like, I can silence your account again and you can make another account. It's one of those things that we have every right to do as owners of YouTube channels. If there's something that we don't necessarily like, or comments that we don't necessarily want to see, we can remove them. It's a part of the rights that we have as YouTubers. Now, whether you like those rights or not, it's not my business necessarily. Obviously, you'll find a way back. So it didn't stop you from doing too much. You'll know if you find yourself blocked again, I'm sure you'll just make another account and you'll find your way back. So I appreciate you tuning in, by the way. Appreciate the support. Every little bit helps, whether I blocked you or not. Passive income demand, positive and like-minded people. This space has changed my life. This is another person that this space has changed their life. As a matter of fact, if this space has changed your life, you should just say this space has changed my life in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Let people know. Let Carl and Lady Luck Club know that, you know, or whoever may be watching that may have a difference in opinion or whatever. Let them know that it's okay to feel how they want to feel, because I do definitely believe it's okay for you to feel how you want to feel. I know y'all don't care whether I care, because I wouldn't care whether if you cared or not. But, you know, at the end of the day, we try to only talk to positive and like-minded people because we want to continue to bring value to a space, to the people that believe in this space. All right. The people that don't believe in this space are going to find umpteen reasons not to. All right. They're going to do reaction videos. They're going to take certain clips and post them to paint their narrative, you know, whatever it is. You know, mainstream media does it. So I'm not that surprised. But at the end of the day, we try to provide value to the people that believe in this space. And for those of you that don't, hey, thank you for watching anyway. Lambo Drew says, thank you, BOJ, my guy, for all you do in the space. Appreciate you, my brother. I love you stepping up in the front line and being a real leader when everyone tucks their tails and run. Hey, man, I have never tucked my tail and ran from anything. I think that's why some people, when I said they're just gonna come get me, they just gonna come get me. It's because I'm not gonna sit here and jump out my window if the police come to my door. You know what I'm saying? We're prepared. We're fine. We've asked the questions that we need to ask to feel comfortable stepping up as a leader in the space, and we've also positioned ourselves in the space to understand that we are not accountable for other people's decisions. We're only accountable for our own. So that's the way we lead. And shout out to leaders like you, Lambo, that understand that and, you know, and that look for other real leaders like yourself to do things that, you know, you would do. You wouldn't tuck your tail and run. As a matter of fact, you'd stand up and talk about it. And I know that about you personally, Lambo, so shout out to you. My brother Chris Biz is in the building. Shout out to Chris Biz. That's right. Haters will hate, fudders will fud. We just going to keep counting that crypto. It is what it is. Now we see 70 people, 69 actually watching right now. If we can get to 50 likes, that would be amazing. I'm already over 15 minutes longer than I thought I would be. But you know, the comment sections keep me going. It always keeps me going. So let's keep on going. And Inspired Greatness says, this space has changed my life. Amazing. Even with the ups and the downs, definitely more ups. And shout out to you, Inspired Greatness, for sharing that with us. Every day we learn something new in this space, y'all. Every day we learn something new. Ups and downs alike. Even the downs give us an opportunity to learn. As long as we take them as that kind of opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to learn every time. So we don't lose, we just learn. You should do financial advising in this space and manage it as well as receive a fee. I don't know that that's the route I want to go. I don't know that I have the bandwidth for that. Do you know how many emails I would receive? Even more than the ones that I do right now, you know, reminding me, hey, I know you're not a financial advisor. I know you don't give financial advice, and I know you're not my financial advice. But can you tell me what to do with this little bit of money I got right here? And I said, no. You got to figure it out. Do your own due diligence. You know, we talk about some of the things that I do, you know, and we try to keep it that way. I don't want to be anybody's financial advisor because I'm not here to tell y'all what to do. This channel is based off my journey. I hope everyone understands that, by the way. And I hope that everyone takes this as an opportunity to be a blueprint for you in starting your own journeys. You can have a journey just like this. It takes some time. It took me 2 years to get 20K subscribers. You know, it took me 2 years to get to where I am right now. Not buying a single bot, just organic growth. All right. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Passive Income Demand says crypto is a $5 trillion market per day. There is money to be made for each of us. But BOJ, when people start to make money and cranking that crypto daily. I'm not sure if that end was a question, but the $5 trillion market per day industry, why not be a part of it, right? Why not find a way to be a part of it? Okay. I'm not here to tell you what to do though. Blue Sky's in the building. Shout out to Blue Sky. I call him Green Sky. But shout out to Green Sky. Every day is a Friday. Every day is a holiday. I'm grateful for you and Lambo. Peace from the Prince of Peace. Shout out to the Prince of Peace, Blue Sky. I call him Green Sky. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Passive Income Demand says, cranking that crypto daily. BOJ, you already know. You already know. LIQUIDX Cub says, wait, what? That would not be the right thing to do to silence people if they disagree. Even if it's tough questions and dialogue, that's not right to block anyone. We should encourage free speech. I encourage free speech. Say whatever you want. But here's one thing about when you start your own channel, right? If somebody comes on and, somebody says something that you don't like, right? You can decide whether you want to keep it up, whether you want to keep it down. Now, whether it's wrong or not, or whether people disagree, or whether anybody's opinion on that, if YouTube gives me the ability to do it, then obviously it's not illegal. Obviously, it's well in the rights that I have as a YouTuber, and I can exercise those rights whenever I want. So what people can decide to do is they can take a chance and post a comment and say whatever they want. And in that chance, hopefully they understand the risk. Oh, this is preaching. Hopefully they understand the risk of taking that said chance and that their comment could be shut down at any given time. Because what they don't do is own YouTube. What they don't do is own BOJ. So it is what it is. Tread lightly in the comment section because you might get deleted. It is what it is. Is it right? Is it right? There's a lot of things in this world that ain't right. A lot of things. A lot of things in this United States of America that ain't right. A lot of things that have happened to us as black people that ain't right. Lady Luck Club. Did it stop it from happening? No. So part of the power in having your own influence in your own channel is being able to make your own decisions and start to take your power back. You don't have to take people saying all type of stuff to you. You don't have to take it. If I got to be a person to show people that, so be it. If I got to show Carl probably that, hey, at any point he could have his comment taken down or anyone's comment taken down. It can happen. All right. Sam Cooley says, keep up the good work, BOJ. Appreciate you tuning in. Lambo replying to Blue Sky. Hey. Now, I think Blue Sky, is Blue Sky a lady? Said peace from the Prince of Peace. I think that's a dude. But either way, shout out to Blue Sky. Carl probably says, nope, he blocked me on one of my other accounts. I always made sure to remain within the guidelines. Sometimes truth hurts, but it's all good. I'm still here. Well, hey, sometimes truth hurts. I can clap it up for that. And maybe you hurt my feelings. Maybe you didn't. Who knows? But all I know is that it's well in my parameters to be able to block whatever I feel like is worthy of being blocked. And that's nobody's decision but mine. I stand on that. Lady Luck Club said, if I post a law, will it be blocked? I only block profanity or derogatory comments that the average person would agree to be derogatory. Well, I'm not the average person, one. I've never thought I was the average person. But I digress from that because that's my own personal opinion of myself. But if you post a law, will it be blocked? It depends on what law it is. Now, I'm sure your law will probably apply to something that is involved in this crypto space. So post whatever you want. Post whatever you want. I can't guarantee you whether I'm going to keep it up or not. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm hiding anything. I know you'll probably say on your channel that if I delete it, then I must be trying to hide something. But it's just well within my rights to be able to delete whatever I want. So that's just the beautiful thing about having a YouTube channel. Now you could delete more than just your more than just what you see as profanity and derogatory comments. Derogatory comment is a very, very, very vast general bubble there. All right, that's all depending on what you believe is derogatory. All right, now the average person, I think that leaves a little bit of gray area. What people think they're average, what doesn't. You hear the organ music in the background, Lambo, boy. If I had one of my musician friends just over here in the corner, I don't know, I might be on here for 3 hours. I understand why pastors and preachers stay on the pulpit so long. I think some of them do like to hear themselves talk, but at the end of the day, sometimes they just feel compelled to let it out. So they just gotta let it out. You didn't delete my comment, you blocked my whole profile. Well, I must not liked your profile or something. I don't know. But like I said, well in the rights that I have. William Copeland says, was Novatech actually registered by the SEC? I don't know, but that's not something I ever said that it was. I never said it was. I know you're not trying to tell me that I said it was registered by the SEC, but I don't believe it was. I don't know. That's not something that in this space we necessarily look for all the time. Quite honestly, anybody that is in this space, you can let me know in the comments section if you have ever looked for one of these platforms that you have made a whole lot of money off of, or even a little bit of money off of. Did you ever really look to see if it was registered from the SEC, or does that only happen when platforms are having some issues? Y'all can tell me. Let's see. Carl answered your question. He seems to have the answers. It says Novatech was never registered with the SEC, so no. Now, I mean, they're not in the United States. They're in St. Vincent and Grenadines. So I don't know if they had to do that. But at the end of the day, if that's important to you, then find platforms that are registered with the SEC. If it's not, then it's not. All right. Jason Hall said, I wasn't looking for a snake when I found Novatech. This is why I strongly believe we'll supersede the negativity. I don't believe any of us were looking for a snake when we found Novatech. I don't think any of us are looking for snakes when we find snakes. Usually they just pop up, right? But when you see a snake, you can notice that it's a snake. Once you notice it's a snake, you have to move accordingly. Do you run away from said snake? Do you shoot said snake? Are you a snake charmer? You might be one that likes snakes. You might know exactly what that snake is, and you might know exactly how to deal with that snake. So either way, I think all of us have the ability to supersede negativity. All of us. It's a choice that we make. All right. It's a choice that we make. Black Queen says that part 100. You already know Black Queen. We're going to try to, we're going to keep it 100 here. Mr. Johnson says, hey, Blue Sky. Hey, Blue Sky, you kind of famous over here, yo. Was there a Zoom with Cynthia? Now, I do believe that there was some kind of conversation that was recorded on the telephone between a leader and Cynthia recently. I have not heard said call just yet, but I believe that is out there. And for those of you that are looking for it, if I find it, if anybody sends it to me, if I get that information, then I'll drop it in my Telegram group, which is in the description below as well. Let's see. Camille says you should do a live monthly. I've thought about it. I've actually thought about doing a live weekly. There are some content creators that do lives every single day. Now, I don't think I got the bandwidth for that, but I think I can do lives a lot more often than I do right now. Lady Luck Club says federal laws, BOJ, laws that anyone can research. Come on, BOJ. Come on, man. Come on. I don't know what you want me to come on and say to you, Lady Luck. I don't know what. If you want to post a federal law, you can post a federal law. Does it move the needle for me left or right? No, it just doesn't. It doesn't. That's just me, though. There are many people out there that may find value in your post. So, feel free. All right, feel free. Matter of fact, if y'all want Lady Luck to post a comment on the federal law, put it in the comment. All right, let her know. Okay. Trajectory of Wealth says late to the Zoom, but big up to BOJ and strong-minded Trojans in the space that can feel deflating at times. Stay in line with your goals, people. That's right. And shout out to T.O. Dub. T.O. Dub's in the building. Thank you, Trajectory of Wealth, for sharing with us. He's another leader in this space. So, ladies and gentlemen, go and follow your boy, T.O. Dub, Trajectory of Wealth. William Copeland says, is it true that Cynthia and her husband sold their home in Florida and now pretty much nowhere to be found? I don't know. I don't know them personally. So that's not information. I don't really care where they live. There are people all over the world that have these platforms, that live all over the world. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that that's what they've done. That's their business. It's not mine. I do believe, though, that there's no law that says you can't live anywhere in the world. I do believe that there are some people that build businesses so that they can live life on their own terms. And if you've built a business that says, hey, I can live in freaking Guatemala. If you want to move to Guatemala, go move to Guatemala. Who am I to tell you not to do that? If you want to sell your home in Florida, Cynthia and Eddie, if you want to sell your home in Florida, you own it. So you can do that. All right. If you want to move to wherever, you can do that. That's up to y'all. All right. Not up to me. All right. And I ain't hard to find. I ain't left the country. I just got my passport. Like a couple months ago. All right. Lambo Drew said BLJ on his I got time today, Mo. You already know. I ain't even looked at my phone to respond to no text messages in like the last 2 hours. I got a little time, and I'm overtime. I've gone to 1:30. All right, but I do appreciate all of y'all tuning in today. Let's say, is it true that she is in Dubai now? I don't know. She might be in Dubai. She might not be in Dubai. I don't know. I think where people may have gotten Dubai from is because there was a lot of leaders, including Dab Dunbar, right? A lot of leaders were just in Dubai, and they have every right to be in Dubai. Doesn't mean that they're hiding. I know Dab's back home. Everyone that I seen that was in Dubai is back home now. So I can't necessarily put Cynthia under that category because I don't know her. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Carl probably says to offer security, you have to be registered with the SEC. SEC and others will check and make sure they are operating the way they say they are. They're not registered, which is why the governments have been looking into them. Well, there you go. Anybody that wanted an answer, go get it from Carl, right? I don't know that they're offering a security. Many people have said that they are. There's something called the Howey test or whatever. But at the end of the day, the government is going to get whoever they want. If they find that Novatech is who they need to go get, then they'll go get them. Until we hear that word, you know, it's happened. I mean, Amini FX had a situation where Eddie Alexandre, he was picked up at the office in New York, right? Went on trial, went through that whole process. And, you know, Amini FX is now has funds in receivership. So we know that happens. But at the end of the day, here at BOJ, we're not here promoting anything but our journey in these different platforms. That's it. I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm just showing y'all what I've decided to do. So let's see. Every person should look and see if a platform is registered with SEC or any exchanges, commissions, or any country in which they desire to sell, buy, trade, or securities asset. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. I agree with that. Dave Folk says, is it true that we are no longer allowed to withdraw from the trading account? No, I haven't heard that. Now, what the word is, what the parameters they put on April 1st was that you have the first 5 days of every month to pull from your trading account in Novatech. And then at the end of the month is when you're supposed to receive that. All right. That's the word. So we'll see if that's true. I did my first trading account withdrawal in a long, long time on May 2nd, right? So at the end of May, we're going to be looking forward to seeing the withdrawal. Am I optimistic about it? Yes. Do I believe that it's going to hit? It could not. It very well could not. But I did hear that some people that were making withdrawals last month in April, that they did get their withdrawal at the end of April. So I can only kind of base it off last month's results with that. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Kev Wills 42 says any business that does anything that looks like securities is what NT has done, has to register with the proper authorities in any country they do business in and take people's money and pay out percentage. Well, since they did business in St. Vincent and Grenadines, hopefully St. Vincent and Grenadines wouldn't allow them to establish everything that they established for the last 5 years if they weren't doing that. So, of course, I'm not an expert on St. Vincent and Grenadines laws. I'm not an expert on United States law. I hope no one expects me to be an expert because I'm not on here jumping up and saying, oh, I'm a lawyer. I know this stuff. I've done the research. I'm a lawyer. I know that. I'm not saying all that. I'm only speaking on what I know. All right. So hopefully everyone can have respect for that. Since they are banned, we can no longer make deposits, withdrawals, or anything whatsoever. I don't believe that that is the truth. I think they said that they paused things for a little bit. It won't be the first time they paused things and brought things back. We're still waiting official word. So one thing that I won't do, Shelly, God bless, William Copeland, is I won't speculate. If it doesn't come from the official channels of Novatech, then it's all speculation to me. A lot of people that think they have some information that they have, you know, that's just, to me, it's speculation. And of course, that's my opinion. Everyone is going to have their own opinion. All right. But thanks for tuning in. Shelly, God bless y'all, said, also, I'm in the bull, which I love. How can you help me get started with some new platforms? Well, you have to do your research on what these different platforms can do for you. And if it's something that you are interested in, I suggest going to the website, looking at the FAQs and different things that the website already provide. And then you can make a choice and decision of whether you want to get a part of it. Now, most of these platforms are free to join. So you can literally make an account. You can look through the back office. You can kind of scour things around. And you don't necessarily have to deposit anything to do that. All you got to do is make a decision on your own. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I am here to show you what I have done. So if you see any videos on here and you like what I've done and you like how I've handled my journey in that platform, then you can make a choice of whether that is something for you. Lady Luckless says, not a comment on the law itself, not opinion, but the law. Hey, opinions are not laws. I think we've established that already. Laws are laws, opinions are opinions. I'm here to share my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't talk about the law. All right. Carl probably says facts. Lady Luck and Kev Will. At least you got some people that agree with you. Trajectory of wealth. Lambo, you got some fans in here today. Let's see. Shelly says you just got your passport. Now you need to go to Jamaica. I think I might just do that. I might come and visit Jamaica, and you know what I'm saying, I gotta visit Kojo and Sassy and all those people that are killing it in FinTocH. And I know there's so many of you that have been watching and following. So I'm gonna find my way to Jamaica one of these days. I'm a musician, as most of you guys know. So my schedule now that COVID is over, oh my goodness. It makes you almost think about whether you want to keep on performing live and doing that circuit, because it's so much. I love it. Trust me, I love it. I love it. Love it doing corporate events, love doing weddings, love making people's days so special. The feedback that we get from families every weekend is just amazing. Love doing the ministry and quartet music and being the director of music at my church. I love it. And this space has allowed me to really feel that freedom to love it. But then again, when you're feeling that freedom to love it and you're really having an impact on the outside and people are seeing that, then they want to book you. And then when they want to book you, your schedule gets crazy. So anybody that wants to have that experience in being booked and busy, just understand that it comes with a lot of responsibility. But would love to come to Jamaica, Shelly. Would love to. Mr. Lucrative says, I think a lot of folks have PTSD from losses in the space. If they can't handle the potential consequences, they should consider other ways to make money. Bingo. Lady Luck Club says, do you think that they may try to sell Novatech or get acquired by other investors or be bought out? How are they trying to generate revenue or liquidity? I don't know. I know at some point they were, I think in early April, maybe late March, there was a push for people that to try to get more people in, some fresh blood in, because of course, as a business, you need some cash flow, right? So you got to create new cash, new liquidity, right? You got to create that somehow. I don't know whether they will be acquired by other investors. I don't know if that's even a possibility. I'm sure they could sell their business. I don't know. I don't know the answers to those questions. I'm sure if that does happen, or if there are some leaning of that side, it'll be posted, it'll be shown, it'll be shared. And when it's shared and posted, then we can talk about it then. But till then, I'll stay out of that conversation because I just don't know. I don't have enough information on that process and how that would work. But good question. William Copeland says the official word is that they are banned by the SEC. Look it up yourself and see. So unfortunately, we cannot do anything effective the actual ban date. Well, if that's the case, then that's the case. I mean, that would probably explain why they said no new customers in the United States. I'm still waiting on the process of what they're going to do with the customers that are already in, but they've already established that there will be no new customers in the United States coming to Novatech. So Novatech, as far as I'm concerned, is being proactive and getting that out there, and those of us that are in, we'll figure out what the next steps are when those next steps come. But we got a lot going on here, so we've got other things that we can focus on until that happens. Camille Wilkins. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Do you have to manually have to reinvest your ROI in FinTocH, or is it automatic? Unless you turn the automatic off manually, it will do it automatic. So I have not touched anything to turn any automatic thing off. I just let it roll. Blue Sky says, here is the entire federal law in a few words. Rules are for thee, but not for me. The powers that be will gladly enforce the rules when it benefits their global agenda. That's a hell of an opinion right there. And you know what, Blue Sky, I think you're on to something with that. Now, of course, none of us know, and of course, this is not an actual law where it says rules are for thee, but not for me. I'm sure, Lady Luck, you can probably validate that that's not a real law, but I agree. I mean, that's been the story of a lot of our existence here in America. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have been disenfranchised by the same country that we wave the flag so proudly, especially folks that look like me, and people that, that I came from, right? The people that birthed me and the people that birthed them. So it is what it is, but we strive every day to rage against that machine that keeps us down. All right. Kev Will says being registered in St. Vincent means squat because they're taking money from people in other countries and they have to obey the laws in the country they are taking money from. Well, everyone has a different opinion on the word taking. To me, taking is, hey, my crypto's over here. Here's Novatech. Novatech comes and swoops your crypto. That's taking, right? Now, to me, there's a little something called giving. Willingly, actually. When I have my crypto over here and my brain makes a decision to say, hey, said crypto, I'm going to send to Novatech. I don't think that's Novatech taking it. I think that was me sending it. So while people have their different opinions on that, that's mine, right? That's just how I see it. So you may see it as taking. I don't necessarily think Novatech was taking anybody's money, all right? Invert Bottle says, no matter what happens, I can be happy. I had a good breakfast. Where's the wisdom? I haven't even had breakfast today. My breakfast is literally sitting there still. I've been getting videos and content done, but I promise I'm going to be off of here at 2 o'clock because I can't talk very much longer. Let me not challenge myself in that way because I probably could. But great comment. Thank you for joining us, Invert Bottle. No matter what happens, we can all choose to be happy, all right? And that's a fact. If Novatech or any other organization gets prosecuted, it will not be because the government actually cares about the everyday, ordinary citizen. Come on, Blue Sky. Come on, Blue Sky. You preaching today, Blue Sky. Willie Jennings, is USA grandfathered in? As far as I know, yes. Right now, anybody that was already in Novatech is still in Novatech. As a matter of fact, I signed into my Novatech account today. It's not looking very active, but I did sign in. So I'm not restricted in getting in there or anything like that. Haven't seen returns, but I still have access to it. So haven't gotten any emails to say I need to vacate or anything like that. But if that does come on, of course, y'all know we're going to talk about it right here on BOJ, all right? Did they pay those customers back in Wisconsin yet? I don't know. Apparently, they have till June something to do that, and I don't know that they've done that. Now, I don't even know all the information on what was issued from Wisconsin or what they have to do to make Wisconsin's citizens whole. I don't know that information, but we'll see. We'll get some information on that. Anyone that is in Wisconsin, you can feel free to let us know in any one of the videos in this chat. If you're in Wisconsin and you have more information on that process and what they're doing to help you guys out there, if they've sent you a note or anything like that, feel free to talk about it. Send me an email. My email's in the description below the video. I ain't hard to find. Trajectory Well says USA and Canada are trying to stifle growth in cryptocurrency hard. Big shame and backwards thinking. Binance even stopped business in Canada, right? So we're talking about all these places that, their governing bodies aren't even doing enough research on the benefits of cryptocurrency and decentralized currency in general. I've watched a few Congress hearings here in the States where you can tell there are just some people that just don't know what they're talking about when it comes to cryptocurrency. They just don't know. They hear the horror stories. They hear the fudders. They hear the people that only talk about the bad stuff. And then they focus in on that because it paints the narrative that they want to present. That's what politicians do. Okay? So, because we're a democracy, we have politicians. I don't have any aspirations of running for Congress. But these conversations that we can, these letters that we can share with the congressmen and the people that are in our local governments and state governments, we have an opportunity to start that ball rolling in the right way. We can have the opportunity to educate some of these people, and people are taking that opportunity. Trust me. There's enough people in the States right now that are crypto pro that are reaching out to these people. As a matter of fact, I think Coinbase has now countersued the SEC. Now, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what I've heard. So anyway, Ripple and now Coinbase against the SEC. Too much for the land of the free. Ain't feeling so free now, is it? Ain't feeling so free. There are no grandfather in because the U.S. company banned in the U.S. Now, I don't know that that's the truth. I think that's another piece of speculation. We have not received as U.S. customers, and William Copeland, I don't know if you are a U.S. customer or not, but we have not received any notification about what the next steps are officially from Novatech. So until I get those, that, it's BOU as much as it can be. That's certainly not a law or scripture. I took it as a joke, actually. Well, you may take it as a joke. Someone else may take it as something else. You can take it as however you want to. As a matter of fact, I feel you on that. I take it as a joke thing because sometimes there's some things that people say that I take as a joke as well. Twitch Studio says, hey, BOJ, ever heard of a freak arbitrage system? Yes, I have. I'm actually in it. I just haven't shared my journey in it because I just decided to sit it and forget it. But I am in it. I put a little bit of money in, and, I haven't really paid much attention to it at all, quite honestly, with you, Twitch Studio. But I have heard of it, and I do have a little bit of foothold in it. Just haven't talked about it yet. Kev Will says, no proof of NT trading, so why bring up crypto when there's no proof? This is the crux of the problem, why NT is banned. No proof of trading, so they have been classified in the U.S. as a fraud. Now, who says that the company has to give proof of trading? Maybe the SEC says that. Some of you lawyers out there that may know that. Maybe they say that. I don't know that they say that. But because of where they are registered, maybe they don't have to give any proof of trading. Like I said before, I don't know the answer to that question, and I'm not going to act like I do. All right. So if you know the answer, if that's law, if you know that to be law, then congrats, Kev Will. Congratulations on knowing why the whole thing went down. But I can't say that I know that yet. So we'll move on. Mr. Lucrative says anything is subject to change as long as you have breath in your lungs. The jobs that most of us have can change, the policies, and we can lose income tomorrow. So my point is everything has risk, man. Mr. Lucrative, you are on it. You are on it. You are on it. You are on it. Is this FUD or real? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, Willie, so I don't know if what you're referring to is FUD or real. Lady Leclerc says, if you are prosecuted, it's because you broke the law or did something illegal. You also have the right to defend yourself with evidence and documentation. Thank you for that. I appreciate that statement. For all of you that did not know that, if you are prosecuted, it's because you broke the law or did something illegal, all right? You also have the right to defend yourself with evidence and documentation. So if you did not know that out there, thank you, Lady Luck, for providing that information. Shout out to Lady Luck. Last Friday, May 12th, I can't receive no money on my account. Last Friday, May. I don't think any of us, I think what you're trying to say is the ROI. I don't believe that any of us received ROI, so you're not alone on that. Actually, I think you're about hundreds of thousands of people that can say the same thing as you, Marie. So don't feel so alone on that. Binance stopped UK withdrawals. See, and I don't think that has anything to do with Binance. I think that might be something to do with UK and what their laws are. Cynthia needs to speak now is what Willie Jennings says. Well, that's your opinion. What Cynthia feels like she needs to do is probably what she will do. She is another human being that has the right or has the ability of her own limbs to do whatever she feels is necessary. Does it hurt her own credibility when we don't hear from her? In my opinion, yes, it does. But at the end of the day, this is her company, this is her baby, and when she is prepared to speak to the community, I'm pretty sure she'll do that. Any investor should want proof of purchase and trading of your securities assets. That is also according to SEC laws. Well, there are more investors than just people that purchase securities. I mean, there are real estate investors. There are people that invest in sports teams. There are people that invest in a whole lot of different things. There are people that invest in clothing lines. There are all types of investors. So, I mean, does a clothing line or any of that stuff have to abide by securities law? I don't know. That I don't know. Okay. But any investor can ask for or want whatever they want. Doesn't mean that they're going to get it, but they can want what they want. Sure. Rules for Thee describes how our society actually functions, not how it should function. Life isn't fair, but there's too much opportunity out here to complain. Shout out to you for the mindset. Shout out to you for the mindset, Blue Sky. You get it. Cynthia, speak. Cynthia, if you're watching this video, the people want you to speak. But I think that you might have better luck. Lady Luck says that you watch all her videos. So, Lady Luck, tell Cynthia to speak, because if you say it, then she'll actually hear it, and then she'll actually speak. So, Lady Luck, get her to speak. Why don't you? She watches your videos. I don't think she watches mine. I love the way you handle Lady Luck. It's hilarious. Hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's a sister. So, you know what I'm saying? There's still that, I think I've just been through it before with people like her, if that makes sense. I've got relatives like Lady Luck. I've got friends like Lady Luck. It doesn't mean that we're all bad people. We all have our own opinions on things, but she's taking the time to listen to the channel, so I might as well respond. So shout out to you, Inspire Greatness, for liking the way I handled her. But I'm not handling her. I'm just responding to her. All right, so. Lady Luck, I'm not handling you now. You're grown. I don't think I need to handle you. You can handle yourself. All right. Kev Will says, I'm a trader and trade with a real broker, and there's a record of my trades. Novatech needs to show proof of trading for those of us who are more informed. Well, for those of you that are more informed, then maybe next time you speak to Cynthia, you can make that suggestion. For those of us that are less informed about trading and don't really care to see proof of trading all the time, there may be very few of you guys. I might even be the only one that ain't tripping about Novatech showing proof of trading. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not asking for it, so that's just me. Lady Luck says he's not inspired. He's not handling. Exactly. I'm not handling Lady Luck. I'm not handling her. She can handle herself. Willie Jennings says there's too much chaos. Maybe too much chaos for you, but if you've ever seen that meme of that dog that's sitting in a room full of fire smiling, like, I'm okay. That's my life. That is literally my life, and we won't go into my life story, but you know what I'm saying, because we don't have to do that. But shout out to my amazing parents and my amazing family and my wonderful brother and all my family out there watching. Thanks to you, Twitch Studio says, thanks to you, BOJ and Anthony DeLoach, I'm able to know which platforms are legit and able to give financial freedom. And shout out to my guy, Anthony DeLoach. He's one of the people that I watched growing up in this platform space. I want to be like him when I grow up. I don't know if y'all have seen my brother's house on Facebook, but he doing it big, boy. He doing it big, I tell you. So shout out to Anthony DeLoach, my guy. Toe and Issa, shout out to y'all. You got fans in here, Lambo. You got fans, brother. Chaos and confusion. Lady Luck says chaos and confusion will always exist when you fail to do things in decency and order. That's correct. All right, and anything that you do without God is most likely not going to have a whole lot of decency and order. Luckily, we have taken our God everywhere we go, especially in this space, and we haven't had much chaos or confusion that we have not been able to persevere through. So. Remember, though, do all things in decency and order the best that you can. Take it easy, Willie. Relax. Hey, Carl, you probably riled him up now. Don't tell him take it easy now. Y'all done probably riled him up. Okay? So, it is what it is. Even the Bible says to do things in decency and order. That's correct. That's correct. Shout out to my brother Lambo Drew for the super chat. Listen, $50, my brother. You already know when I come up there, I'm using that for dinner. We can go to lunch. We can go to dinner and lunch. Shout out to my brother, man. Always showing support. Really appreciate it so much, Lambo. And make sure y'all go and follow Lambo Drew's channel, y'all. He's bringing that fire. That fire. As a matter of fact, how many, Lambo, drop in the chat how many subscribers you have now, bro. How many subscribers you got now, bro? William Copeland says Cynthia will not speak or make a YouTube video because she does not want to take the chance of incriminating herself since charges are probably on the way. More speculation. Nobody knows why Cynthia is not talking. Nobody really knows. Just speculation. I actually told her that she had the right to remain silent. Okay. Good for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure the only people that can say that and have any kind of power behind that statement are people that have been appointed to do that. Now, if I'm missing out on you being a police officer or something like that, please let us know. But other than that, it's one of those things that I'll just continue to take as a joke, Lady Luck. Thank you, BOJ, my guy. Keep on rocking. You already know we ain't got no choice. People like me, what does that mean? I don't even remember what I said, so maybe it'll come back to my head in a second. I'm going to keep on reading these comments, though. Sup, Lady Luck? Oh, I was talking about, oh, yes, I got siblings and family members like you. Just a little difficult, you know, opinionated, but just difficult to me. You might have a group of people that think you right on, all right? That's just my opinion, all right? But some people may find that you're a little bit difficult. Yeah, that's just me. You know, I watched the video today. You like to call people little boys and little girls and like you everybody auntie or something. And we all grown, so I think everyone deserves that respect. I'm not going to call you no little girl. As a matter of fact, if I knew your name, I'd probably call you Miss So-and-so. All right? That's probably what I would call you. But for now, I'm going to call you Lady Luck Club. I'm not going to call you no little girl, no little boy, no, none of that stuff. You can choose to use that language if you want to. I just probably won't use it with you out of respect for you. Carl probably says, appreciate the time, Lady Luck, Kev, Will, and BOJ. Have a nice day. Hey, man, Carl, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you and your comments. You kept the conversation going, actually, so shout out to you, Carl. Appreciate it. Inspired Greatness says, handling your comments is very professional and peaceful. His energy is big wise. I appreciate you so much, Inspired by Greatness. Thank you for seeing that in your boy. You know, I try to keep it light because, you know, there's enough stuff that happened in this space to be so wound up and tight, especially about people that don't even play in this space. And that's their right, all right? But I only really listen to people that understand what I'm going through for real. And I don't think that she does. But that's just my opinion. Mr. Lucrative says the facts are that Novatech would have closed the doors a long time ago if they had the mindset to surrender. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I think they would have been gone, all right? Lambo saying approaching 18. Man, what? You approach 18K? 18K? I need to get on my job, bro. I just got to 20. You going to surpass me, dog. Anyway, but you deserve it. But for real, bro, you really do deserve it. You're bringing a vast knowledge base that is so needed in this space. So it is what it is. I never will hate on the growth that any man has. So shout out to you, Lambo. Thank you for all you've done to help me grow. And congratulations on approaching 18K. As a matter of fact, all of you that are watching, let's help Lambo get to 18K, y'all. Let's go over there. If you ain't watched, if you ain't liked Lambo's stuff, you ain't subscribed, make sure you get over there to Lambo Drew. I promise you, you're going to find something that's right down your street, right on your neighborhood, all right? Blue Sky said there's no reason to keep wondering why NT CEO is not speaking. Silence is its own language. Oh, my God, you Blue Sky, you preaching, boy, you preaching. If my money is lost, it doesn't matter because my skies will still turn green. Oh. Good Lord Almighty. Blue Sky, you are preaching today. Lady Luck Club says, yes, I'm difficult, brutally honest. Hey, and I know very difficult and brutally honest people. I'm one of those people that can be brutally honest. You know, about things that I do know and things that I don't know. I will brutally, honestly say, I don't know what you're talking about. So I know difficult people. Some may think that I am a difficult person as well. So T.O. Dub says the mature approach. That's what I try to get. Now I can go back. I'm just 30 now, y'all. I'm just 30. I ain't that far removed from telling somebody off and having time to tell them off. All right. I'm just trying to move in a much better way. So thank y'all for noticing the maturity in your boy. Lady Luck Club says little girl and little boy are terms of endearment. Well, to some people. To some people. There's some other words that people may use as terms of endearment that others may not find that endearing. So I know that I don't want nobody that's grown just like me. They got bills just like me. You know, I don't care if, you know, you going to have to really be my auntie. You're going to have to really have known me since I was a jit, like, for you to just call me some little boy and a little girl. Now, my name is Gerald Smith, and I ain't hard to find. All right, so I can be called Mr. Smith. I can be called BOJ. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But little boy, little girl, I don't know about that. I'm grown. I got bills. I probably got more bills. We ain't going to get into that. We ain't going to get into that. Props to BOJ for going live and responding. Although him being new to this game, 2 years in, I see him as misinformed and uneducated on how this space operates. I've seen a lot in 20 years. Well, shout out to Kev Will for having 20 years of experience. But let me ask you this, Kev Will. For a person that has 20 years of experience, why aren't you sharing your experience with the world? I'm 2 years in sharing the hard knocks of what I'm learning along the way. And I'll be the first one to say there are some things that I'm very misinformed about. And I've been wrong about. I'll be wrong again. But it seems like for a person like you that would have 20 years in this game, you would have an avenue to where you are providing information to others, or at least, providing some receipts of some of the things that you've been successful in. There are many people out there that can teach a class on being a doctor, but their hands are shaky. Many people that can teach how to be a surgeon and where to cut and all that different stuff, but they look at their hands and their hands will get to shaking. And then they look at their profession and they find themselves not being a surgeon anymore. So I mean, all that said, I'm just here to say that when a person has that much information and knowledge, you'd hope that they'd want to share it with the world. And with 20 years of experience, there's a lot that you could share. I don't even know that cryptocurrency has been around for 20 years. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot that you could share. You might be Satoshi himself. Bond Store says, Shao Bank leading platform, advise and answer me, please. That sounds like a demand. But anyway, well, you did say please, so I'll be nice. I'm not in Shao Bank. Shao Bank has been promoted to me, but I've decided to pass on that because I'm just not into that platform. But best of luck to everyone that is involved in Shao Bank. Lady Luck Cloud says, all FUD. FUD. Justin Williams says there's no difference between Gerald and the WhatsApp man at this point. There's a huge difference because, one, the WhatsApp man is not me. So, I mean, that's the most important difference that there is. I am not the WhatsApp man. The WhatsApp man is not me. I will never tell you to hit me up on WhatsApp, okay? The WhatsApp man will. The WhatsApp man will try to get you in some random platform, and he'll tell you to get in it. All right. He's telling you to hit him up. I will be just fine if none of y'all hit me up. As a matter of fact, I'll have a peaceful day if I don't get an email from not one of y'all. But I do appreciate all the positive emails that I do get. But there's a huge difference between me and the WhatsApp man. All right, it's 2 o'clock. I'm about to get off here. Jat Seb says, hi. BJ, you're putting that CMB list together to forward to support. I don't know anything about that, so maybe I'll have to go look up and get some research on that. Putting that CMB list together to forward to support. I don't know about that, but I know there's a support that everyone has access to in their own back offices. So hopefully that gets worked out. Keto. Shao Bank, don't know nothing about it. FinTocH working how many days? A long time. Lady Luck Club says, at Justin LOL. I guess that's funny, but it's really not. Kev Will says, I'm sharing on how to avoid scams, but I got shot down. Why did you get shut down and I'm still here? That's weird. But 99% of those so-called opportunities are scammed, and that is a problem. Okay, well, I'm sorry that you got shot down, but maybe there was something that you were doing that was not in the compliance of YouTube. I don't know. But we're 20K strong here for a reason, and I don't think it's because we're breaking any compliance issues with YouTube. Bond Store says bond 0.5% a day. Hey, if that's what you're interested in, go for it. I'm just not interested in Shao Bank, so do your own due diligence on that. Look forward to seeing the stuff on the show called American Greed. Peace out. Whoever Janet is, I guess maybe one day you'll see it on American Greed. If not, don't be too disappointed. Lady Luck Club says, we all share how to avoid scams. My videos are not designed to persuade. They are designed to inform. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind in the least bit. That's impossible. Exactly, and neither am I. I'm only here to share what I'm doing. You know, if that decides to make people change people's minds, that's on them. All right. And I've said that countless times, but people don't believe me when I say it for whatever reason, so I'll just have to continue to say it. I have no problem doing that. Kev Will has been sharing experience with people by telling them the red flags and the issues of how Novatech has been operating. Well, good for you, Kev Will. I'm glad. You could probably reach a broader audience if you started a channel and started talking about it. You don't even got to show your face. You can get a whole AI to do the talking for you. But I encourage everyone that's out there, if you have information on this space, you know, why are you trying to share it in a negative way? Share it in a way that's going to uplift people. All right, everybody wants to be negative and try to prove somebody else is wrong or try to say this and that about somebody else. You know, what are you bringing to the space to just give information? You know, there's so many people that are just trying to tear other people down. They're trying to say, oh, this person over here is just a scammer and that person over here is just a scammer. When all they're really trying to do is just gain a little clout by name dropping a platform or name dropping a person. And that's all they're trying to do. They won't tell you that that's what they're trying to do, but the writing is on the wall that that's what they're trying to do. So, you know, pay attention to who you listen to in the space. Use your discernment. It'll usually show up. They spoke about leaders putting a list together to help support, deal with everyone faster. It was in the Zoom meeting. So I'll reach out to my upline and see what's about that. He has not reached out to me to say that there's anything that I need to do. So maybe there will be some more information on that. I'll check on that. And when I get it, of course, y'all know how I get down. I'm going to bring it right here to the YouTube channel. Ain't no problem with that. Carl probably said he's saying he gets shot down from people in the comments and other YouTubers. They won't listen and scream hater. Well, if that's their opinion of you, I can't change their opinion of you. It might be the way that you share the information. It might be the way that you say it. I mean, you're jumping on channels of people of all like mind that believe that this space is something that they can benefit from. So you have to understand that. You have to understand your audience. You know, maybe you'd be better suited getting the response that you want on channels like Ponzi Patrol and Lady Luck Club and whoever out there you know, that believes that this space is only taking advantage of people. Maybe you'll find your channel better suited for audience that are watching those people. But as for people here, I mean, we have no reason to believe that this space isn't working because we got many things that work here in this space. So it just is what it is. Lambo Juice says, talk that talk. BOJ, my brother, you already know, brother. We gonna talk that talk. It don't matter who pop up. We gonna talk that talk. Hey, look, says that Carl agreed. I understand that as well. If we state facts, they scream fun. Facts uncovering deception. Oh, that's another one. Look at people getting creative in the comment section. They said FUD is now facts uncovering deception. Well, there you go. Sometimes the facts can uncover deception. Sometimes it's just fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Sometimes it's food, undergarments, and I don't know, what's the D word? Dogs. I don't know. You can come up with whatever you want to come up with to fit whatever it is, the narrative that you're trying to pick. So that's what everyone's going to try to do, and you have every right to do that. All right. But don't be mad at people for not agreeing with you in the comment section because of what their truth is. All right. If their truth is something different than you and they respond with something different than yours, don't say that they're shooting you down. Just say that they have a difference of opinion. Now, you know, they have a right to delete. Like I said earlier in this video, everyone that has a channel has every right to delete whatever they want to delete. If it doesn't cross the YouTube guidelines barrier, that's a part of our rights as free speech. It's a part of our rights as guidelines in our communities that we set up. If we want to delete a comment, we can do that. So don't be mad at us. Be mad at yourself for not knowing the person that's presenting the information enough to know what he would want to keep in his comment section, his or her comment section. Let that be a general note to any of the people that you may comment to on YouTube. Slide Novak says, "No, what's up, BOJ? Just want to say what's up, but I can't stay because I'm at work." Well, I can't stay because I'm hungry. But shout out to Slide Novak for joining us today. Listen, it has been a great 2 hours. Before we go, if there's anybody out there that hasn't liked this video, just shoot a quick like to this video so more people can see the fun that we had today, right? Thank you for all the people that gave super chats, man. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much. You've done so much for this channel. And we just know that you're going to continue to support us here, and we don't take that lightly. So we want to take the time to say thank you, thank you, thank you. How you know I have some undergarments under my piano? How'd you know that? I got laundry here. What's going on? Say, no, I'm just joking. You thought you got me. No, I ain't got no undergarments under my piano. I just got my piano, and I got a pedal under here, though. I do have a pedal. All Sly's money is froze in Novatech, so we had to go to work. I guess so, Carl. I guess so. Sly, you got any comment on that? Lady Luck Club says, okay. L Will, I'm super late. Hey, bro, don't even worry about it. You'll be able to see the replay. And Lady Luck, I promise I won't take the live down between me and Dap. All right, you have my word. All right. So I'll see y'all in the next one. It's your boy BOJ. First of all, let me get this disclaimer out the way. 1, I'm not a financial advisor. 2, I'm not your financial advisor. 3, this is not financial advice. I'm just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many different platforms. Nothing more and nothing less than that. If you like this content, go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated on everything going on here at BOJ, just make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Please, sir, please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp, man, because beyond what you see in the comment section, that is not me. It never has been me, never will be me. So please, ladies and gentlemen, stay diligent in the comment section and in this space in general. Put your 2FA on all the platforms that have that will allow you, all right, and all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It is not very fun at all. Again, if you like this content, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. Until next time, y'all, we are out of here. Peace out. Had a lot of fun.